Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be sharing with you my top 5 player survival enhancement add-ons that you can use in any world that still feel vanilla. This list does exclude mobs and structures. Number 5, the health bars add-on by Orville Studios. This is going to cost 660 coins, a bit expensive for what it does, but it's very simple, gets the job done. It lets you see the health bars of different mobs, which includes passive mobs, hostile mobs, with a couple of different settings. Like here, you can see the cow. He has 10 health points. Sheep has 8. So it does what it needs to do. Number 4, inventory utilities upgraded by Mythicus Studios. This one is going to cost you 990 coins. There is also a free version, however, that you can get on the marketplace as well if you want to try it out. That does have most of the basic features, but does exclude some of them. So with this one, I feel like this is a must and should have been implemented into Minecraft long ago. This is an add-on that allows you to sort your inventory. It allows you to keep your chests organized. It includes a few other things, and it makes it real easy to go ahead and do those things. So there is a trash can you could put stuff in. So this is an example. There is a shared storage chest that you can share with other players. So you can go ahead and drop some stuff in there and other players can share. There is the searcher that allows you to search any chest in that area or barrels for any items that you might need. So I believe it's like 8 or 10 blocks. That is a hot deposit inventory, so anything in that chest with similar items that you were depositing will automatically deposit those items in there. So as you can see there, they went into their respective chests. Now, disclaimer, the hoppers do not work with the storage chest, but I believe that is coming in a future update. Now this is the crafter. So this will allow you to craft items with any items that you have in your chest without having to go pull it out individually, which is very, very convenient, very efficient, but it does not work with add-ons, only vanilla items, sadly. But this is the storage chest that you could put items in. That's the personal storage chest. This is the, I guess you would call it like kind of like an auto smelter. So let's go ahead and grab some coal. So just so I can show you what it does. This is not a tutorial. None of these will have tutorials. They just show why I think that they're great. So look, you put some coal in. Let's go put some raw iron. And bam. And this is why I say that this is one of the best add-ons on the marketplace. It doesn't add anything extra that it doesn't need to. It does what it says it's gonna do. It's perfect. And then there's an inventory selector, so you can have more than one inventory if you need extra space and you don't have one of those backpack add-ons or anything like that. Number 3, the Essentials add-on by Unlinked, which I have interchangeable with Tree Capitator by Hielke Maps, and I'll explain why once I go through Essentials. So Essentials, I feel like, is one that does not need any explanation. Everyone knows about it, but it is on this list for a reason. Okay, you can do everything and almost anything that you would do that is too time consuming, like breaking down logs one by one, breaking ores one by one, replacing tree saplings, replacing seeds. There's even a infinite lava source that you can do. Double doors, stone breakers. I'm telling you, this thing includes like everything. Death waypoints. If you die, it'll give you coordinates to where you last died, which is like amazing. So I mean, I don't really have much to say about this one because it's incredible. Everything it does is incredible. But I'll go ahead and show you a little example in case you do not have it. So here I'm selecting all the blocks that I want to work with my stone breaker, which is pretty cool. You can customize what you want I know it's happened to me where sometimes I use the pickaxe on something, forgetting that that block is enabled, and I'll go ahead and fall through and kill myself or something. But so you have the tree capitator, okay, and you can also enable it with leaves as well. I can turn the leaves off, and there you go. That's an example of the tree sapling auto planting that I was talking about earlier. So let's go ahead and show off the stone breaker. And this could be kind of like toggled off too by sneaking. So if you sneak, it'll only break one block. So keep that in mind as well. You don't need to turn it off completely. Let's get in here and see if we can find some ores of any sort. So I can show you how that works. So perfect, we found some coal. Let's make an iron pickaxe since I happen to have a lot of iron. And bam, look at that. It breaks all the ores in one shot. You don't have to go doing it, breaking it down one by one. So that is essentials. I believe that is 490 coins. Now let's get into Tree Capitator by Hielke Maps. That is 310 coins. This is very simple add-on. It's a utility. All it does is cut the trees down in one hit. But the reason why I like this is because if you have other add-ons that add other things that you want to, you know, progress for, like say for example like the horror survival add-on where you have trinkets and stuff like that, but you want to have Tree Capitator at the minimum, you can have this, and you can set it very customizable. So if you have add-ons that have other axes, there's an option for that. You know, there's a durability if you want it to go down for one log or for every log. There's a tree outline, so in case you forget that Tree Capitator is on, they'll give you an outline, or if you know you want to make sure it's working or something, I don't know. But see, the outline comes up, but if we stand, because I said it's a sneaking, it will not work. So let's go ahead and sneak and you'll see. And with the fast decay, it's since it's a Java port, I believe, it's nice to see this. It's super cool. But very simple, like I said, it does exactly what it needs to do. Extremely cheap. It's a steal in my opinion, 310 coins. But that is Tree Capitator. So let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Our number 2 is Weapons and Tools by Mythicus, interchangeable with Weapons by 4KS Studios. So we see here Mythicus makes the list again. I'm a huge fan of Mythicus work. They are my, no lie, favorite studio from the marketplace, but this is not biased, okay? This is my unbiased opinion. So the reason why I chose Weapons plus Tools is because, yes, there are abilities on the weapons. However, there is the option to turn them off. So if you want just a vanilla experience and you just want to collect weapons, tools, new armors, you can go ahead and do that without having those OP abilities. And that's amazing to have, because some people do like to have the option of having vanilla items only, or a vanilla feel. Let's go ahead and make the sapphire sword. I have the abilities off, so none of that stuff will work. And as you can see the projection of the light on my helmet, but it does not give off any dynamic light because the abilities are off. But you will see once I turn them back on, both of them will work. So I turned on weapons abilities. Now when I interact with it, I get a jump boost. But again, it's optional, you can turn it off. So let's go ahead and turn the armor abilities on so you can see that the dynamic lights with the armor projects now that it's on. Okay, so this add-on does a lot. Okay, it generates new ores in your world. Here's a list of all of them. And in all 3 dimensions too, so it's not just the overworld. You'll have wither ore, ender ore, and then ores in the overworld. There are so many different weapons, so many different armor sets, as well as so many different tools. So if you want to add some new weapons and armors to your world, this is the add-on to go ahead and do that with, in my opinion. That's Weapons and Tools by Mythicus, 990 coins. Now I have Weapons by 4KS Studios as interchangeable. However, This does add abilities to your weapons that you cannot turn off. I repeat, you cannot turn off, but there is a balance that's kind of struck with their weapons because they're not overpowered, and then the overpowered weapons that are available you have to really grind for. So it's not like, oh, I stumbled upon a V2 sword, now I'm unstoppable. No, you have to really work and grind for them. So that's the reason why it's kind of interchangeable, but it kind of depends on the experience that you want from it. So if you want things like, you know, do additional weapons that are added aside from a normal sword, axe, you know, things like cutlass, khopesh, daggers, stuff like that, go ahead and add this one if that works. But another cool thing about this add-on is that it has compatibility with actions and stuff, and not in a normal way. It has first person and third person animations with most of the weapons, not all, but most of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and collect rubies here that we just did, and let's craft a ruby sword, and then we can go ahead and craft a ruby spear, which this one has first person animations but not third. But I believe they are working in conjunction with Orbital Studios to get animations working with all the weapons, but it's just going to take some time. 4KS is a really good studio, and they're very communicative with their community. So that's one thing about them that I also really enjoy. They have a Discord too, so with the spear, it gives you extended distance, which I really like, that you can keep creepers and stuff like that at a distance, right? And then this is what I was talking about with the abilities. So with the cutlass, you'll get double jump. So it's not like overpowered, but you know, it can change the game in some ways, I guess. But let's get rid of these zombies with our ruby sword. Okay, so this add-on is going to cost you 660 coins. And the grand finale, number 1, Difficulty Brutal by Octavon. This add-on will cost you 490 coins, which is an amazing value. This will bring to your worlds new survival mechanics like thirst, a heat and cold system, limb damage system, rotting food, and insulated armors to keep you warm, as well as talismans to help you fend off certain conditions. Now if we look here, there's a couple settings as always. You can enable notifications for when you're too hot and stuff like that. So the way I have it set up is when I sneak, the indications will pop up, or the mechanics will come up. So let's go ahead and start by making some glass bottles to get some water, so I can show you a little bit about that and how to maintain your thirst, especially early game. Okay, perfect. We got some glass bottles. Let's go ahead and fill them up with water. They don't need to be purified, but I'm not sure that's something that will be changing in the future. As you can see there, the thirst does go up. So now I'm fully replenishing my thirst. So let's go ahead and get attacked by some mobs so I can show you how the limb damage system works. Heal up a little bit with this nasty flesh. So as you can see now, some of my body parts are damaged. So when this goes all the way down, you'll start to suffer certain effects and your body parts will get red, and you'll need to heal with bandages. Okay, so this is an add-on that will make your world harder, but it will make it more fun and more realistic. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like, consider subscribing, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos like this.